women had all these responsibilities, and then we were able to go to work and like own our own businesses, but we didn't share any of those responsibilities with our spouses. Like we kept the same, and then we added on to the load, and then like the load never shifted
Well,
necessarily.
yeah. And, for our listeners, that's what happens when you don't change the framework, right? So you're in a
Hmm.
toxic framework, it doesn't work. So we change one thing, but we're still in the toxic framework. So the framework
Hmm.
is still not working for everybody involved. So you have to change the framework in order to actually thrive with the newfound freedoms. So if you say, okay, well, rewind 50 years, 50 years, women have more rights and they get to work, but they were also already in charge of household duties. They were also already in charge of the children. So you go, okay, well, you're in charge of the household duties, you're in charge of the children, you're in charge of like managing everything, but now you want to work outside the house. Well, you can do that. You can
Hmm.
do that. No problem. Please go do that. But it wasn't men taking over some of the other responsibilities. So it was on top
Hmm.
of. And that's the toxic framework. Like we didn't change the framework. We didn't train men in how to care for the house or how to take on the mental load or how to think about everybody in community or, do the emotional labor. None of that was trained and taught. And so if none of that is trained and taught, then women are just taking on more and more and more for their freedom, for
Hmm.
their rights, so that they can be equals. But we didn't go back to the basics. Like, what is the framework we're building on? And so that's really where that the burnout comes from, right? Now we have to sacrifice something. We're going to sacrifice our needs for our children. We're going to sacrifice our well-being and our health and our peace of mind so that we can juggle it and do it all and have it all, quote unquote.
Totally.
Yeah.
And when we pose the question, like, why are women so burned out? It's because of this. It's because of these responsibilities that we had that were never like shifted, or we're trying to like add more on top of the same framework. And men don't necessarily have the same. There may be like individual cases, of
Yeah.
course, but like if we talk about it in general and as a whole, like men don't have the same mental load that they're carrying or emotional load that they're carrying, or like all the different tabs open in our brain that we're like juggling all these different
Mhm.
things. Like we're adding so much on top of all of that.